Welcome to our channel, your gateway to uncovering the hidden secrets and untold stories of Hollywood's golden age. From the glamour on screen to the dramatic behind-the-scenes tales, we'll take you deep into the world of legendary stars. Are you ready to explore the true lives of iconic actors and the secrets that have been hidden through the years? Stay tuned. The journey begins now. Walter Pidgeon, Secrets of a Hollywood Movie Star. Walter Pidgeon, one of the most celebrated actors of Hollywood's golden age, captivated audiences not only with his remarkable performances, but also with intriguing stories about his mysterious personal life. Although he was married twice, many anecdotes have suggested that Pidgeon had a particular interest in same-sex relationships, adding a fascinating layer to Hollywood's history. One of the most famous stories involving Walter Pidgeon was his association with Scotty Bowers, a gas station attendant on Hollywood Boulevard. According to Bowers' memoir, Pidgeon frequently stopped by to purchase special services, and this quickly became an open secret among the entertainment elite. Bowers even recounted that Pidgeon not only enjoyed these encounters, but also recommended the service to his industry friends. Scotty Bowers' memoir, released years later, caused a stir in Hollywood with revelations about Golden Age film stars. Among the prominent names mentioned, Walter Pidgeon stood out as a notable figure, showcasing the complexities of personal lives behind the glamour of the silver screen. Walter Pidgeon's career, marked by memorable roles in Mrs. Miniver and How Green Was My Valley, remains a significant cinematic legacy. Yet the side stories about his personal life have shed light on a lesser-known aspect of Hollywood, where secrets about gender and sexuality were hidden beneath the glamorous facade. These tales not only enrich Walter Pidgeon's legacy, but also contribute to our broader understanding of gender history and diversity within the film industry. Barbara Stanwyck, the secret sexual orientation of a film legend. Barbara Stanwyck, a prominent cinematic icon with a career spanning 60 years, is remembered not only for her exceptional talent, but also for the mysteries surrounding her personal life. Throughout her career, Stanwyck frequently faced speculation about her sexual orientation, with many believing she was a lesbian. However, given the societal context of her time, she was compelled to maintain a public image aligned with heterosexual norms to avoid controversy in the entertainment industry. To protect her reputation, Barbara Stanwyck married twice, first to Frank Fay and later to Robert Taylor, both notable Hollywood names. She also adopted a son, which further solidified the image of a perfect family. However, her private life remained shrouded in secrecy, and she never publicly addressed rumors regarding her sexual orientation. Nevertheless, rumors that Stanwyck may have had romantic relationships with other women remained part of unofficial discussions within the film industry. Her silence on the matter earned respect from many, while also fueling curiosity about this other dimension of her life. Barbara Stanwyck passed away in 1990 at the age of 83, leaving behind a vast cinematic legacy with unforgettable performances in films like Double Indemnity and Stella Dallas. While her personal secrets may remain forever hidden, The story of her life and career stands as a testament to timeless talent and the resilience of a woman navigating an industry rife with pressures.
Jesus Christ, great.
Marilyn Monroe, Hollywood star and the sexual secrets of her life. Marilyn Monroe, one of the greatest stars in Hollywood history, was not only famous for her seductive beauty, but also for her tumultuous life. Born into a family plagued with difficulties, Monroe endured an unhappy childhood, lacking emotional support and coming from a family history of mental health issues. From a young age, she became a model and later joined the ranks of Hollywood's A-list stars. However, her life was far from uncomplicated, especially concerning issues related to her sexuality, which remains unclear to this day. Monroe was believed to have certain health issues that made sexual relations with men uncomfortable for her. This led to her finding comfort in emotional and sexual relationships with women. Rumors and gossip about Monroe's relationships with other actresses and celebrities circulated throughout her career. She was said to have shared private moments with women she was close to, contrasting with the public image she had built through her famous sexual relationships with men. With her seductive beauty and natural charm, Monroe attracted the attention of thousands, particularly famous men. Many claimed to have had relationships with her, creating an image of a woman who was constantly changing lovers. However, behind these relationships with men, the truths about her sexuality remained hidden and concealed. In reality, despite Monroe's fame for her sensuality, her sexual relationships were not merely with men, but also involved women in her private life. Marilyn Monroe passed away in 1962 at the age of 36, in a death surrounded by mystery and rumors of suicide. Her life ended at the peak of her career, leaving behind many unanswered questions, especially about the truth of her sexuality. To this day, her legendary career and the stories of her complex life continue to provoke thought and reflection. Greta Garbo, a cinematic icon and the mysteries of gender. Greta Garbo, the legendary Swedish actress, is remembered not only for her extraordinary talent on screen, but also for her enigmatic personal life. Born on September 18, 1905, in Stockholm, Sweden, Garbo took Hollywood by storm at just 20 years old. Her talent, icy beauty, and unique style made her an irreplaceable icon of the golden age of cinema. Garbo quickly found success in silent films such as Flesh and the Devil and the Temptress, before transitioning to talkies with standout performances in Anna Christie and Grand Hotel. Her nuanced acting, independence, and ability to convey deep emotions established her as one of the leading actresses of her time. Despite being a major star, Greta Garbo was famously private about her personal life. She stayed away from the media and rarely gave interviews, which only added to the public's curiosity about her true self. Regarding gender and sexuality, Garbo was rumored to have had relationships with both men and women. She was speculated to have romantic connections with Marlene Dietrich and designer Mercedes D'Acosta. Private letters between Garbo and D'Acosta, later revealed, showcased a special closeness between the two women. Greta Garbo was one of the few women of her time who dared to challenge societal norms regarding gender and sexuality. She felt no obligation to succumb to the pressures of marriage or public relationships to satisfy societal expectations. She chose to live alone, focus on her career, and preserve her independence. After retiring at the age of 35, Greta Garbo led a quiet, reclusive life in New York until her passing in 1990. Her legacy extends beyond classic films. It includes the story of a courageous woman who dared to live authentically. Greta Garbo's life and career are a powerful testament to challenging gender and sexual norms while celebrating the diversity in how we define ourselves. Spencer Tracy. The complicated private life of a Hollywood star. Spencer Tracy, one of the biggest stars of Hollywood in the 1930s and 1940s, was not only renowned for his acting talent, but also the subject of many stories surrounding his complex personal life. Tracy was born into a middle-class family in Milwaukee and began his acting career in the 1930s. However, beyond his remarkable career, his personal life was full of contradictions. Throughout his career, Tracy was married and had children, but he was also involved in numerous romantic relationships with several men, something that was rare and not widely accepted in society at the time. One of the most prominent relationships in Tracy's love life was with Scotty Bowers, a man he met when stopping to fuel up at a gas station in Hollywood. Scotty Bowers later revealed that he had provided sexual services to many Hollywood stars, including Tracy. This relationship became well known among the Hollywood elite as Tracy began telling his friends about these services. Bowers wrote a memoir in which he revealed sensational stories about Hollywood stars during that era. Another famous relationship of Spencer Tracy was with actress Katharine Hepburn, who starred with him in many iconic films like Woman of the Year, 1942. While the media always praised their relationship as a romantic love story, in reality, their relationship was somewhat forced and not always as happy as the public perceived. The two shared a deep friendship, but Tracy also had romantic relationships with several other men during this time, something that could not be openly acknowledged at that point. Tracy was a Hollywood star who never allowed himself to openly express his true sexual orientation. The secrecy and control surrounding his sexuality were largely due to the pressures and societal expectations of that time. Hollywood, in the 1930s and 1940s, was a place where stars could not live authentically if they didn't want their careers to be destroyed. While Tracy's relationships with men were not publicly acknowledged, within the film industry, stories about him and his private life gradually started to emerge. The mysterious personal life and the secrets that Spencer Tracy had to hide deeply affected his mental health. Tracy not only faced career pressures, but also struggled with inner turmoil, particularly unhappiness in his romantic and sexual life. Despite being a famous star, he often felt exhausted and depressed, a situation that worsened as he turned to alcohol to cope with the difficulties in his life. After a long battle with mental and physical pain, Spencer Tracy passed away in 1967. Tracy left behind a great cinematic legacy, but his personal life was full of untold stories about the real man behind the star. The hidden relationships he had, the pressures he faced, became part of the bigger story of the lives of Hollywood stars during its golden age. Today, Spencer Tracy is remembered not only for his exceptional acting talent, but also for the stories of his personal life, a truth that the world didn't know until much later. Marilyn Monroe, Hollywood star and the sexual secrets of her life. Marilyn Monroe, one of the greatest stars in Hollywood history, was not only famous for her seductive beauty, but also for her tumultuous life. Born into a family plagued with difficulties, Monroe endured an unhappy childhood, lacking emotional support and coming from a family history of mental health issues. From a young age, she became a model and later joined the ranks of Hollywood's A-list stars. However, her life was far from uncomplicated, especially concerning issues related to her sexuality, which remains unclear to this day. Monroe was believed to have certain health issues that made sexual relations with men uncomfortable for her. This led to her finding comfort in emotional and sexual relationships with women. Rumors and gossip about Monroe's relationships with other actresses and celebrities circulated throughout her career. She was said to have shared private moments with women she was close to, contrasting with the public image she had built through her famous sexual relationships with men. With her seductive beauty and natural charm, Monroe attracted the attention of thousands, particularly famous men. Many claimed to have had relationships with her, creating an image of a woman who was constantly changing lovers. However, behind these relationships with men, the truths about her sexuality remained hidden and concealed. In reality, despite Monroe's fame for her sensuality, her sexual relationships were not merely with men, but also involved women in her private life. Marilyn Monroe passed away in 1962 at the age of 36, in a death surrounded by mystery and rumors of suicide. Her life ended at the peak of her career, leaving behind many unanswered questions, especially about the truth of her sexuality. To this day, her legendary career and the stories of her complex life continue to provoke thought and reflection. Cary Grant, Ngôi sao Hollywood, Van Hung Bi, Mat Vigioy Ting. Cary Grant, một trong những ngôi sao gien an halon hat qua Hollywood, George Biet Gen Voi Sung Gip, Keo Daigan Bon Moi Nam và Tan Kong Lon. He married 5 times, becoming one of the most famous men of all time. Grant had a unique appeal, and even so, he constantly denied rumors about his sexuality. Despite never publicly acknowledging anything, stories about his personal life and sexuality sparked media discussions throughout his career. Throughout the 1930s, Grant's relationship with Randolph Scott, a fellow actor, became a media sensation. Although reports suggested the two were romantically involved, the relationship was eventually ended due to pressure from Hollywood bosses. Grant and Scott had reportedly shared an apartment and lived together as a couple. This story was widely discussed in the media at the time. However, after the relationship ended, neither Grant nor Scott ever publicly acknowledged it. Although the relationship between Grant and Scott was never publicly acknowledged, rumors about Grant's sexuality persisted. Sources within the film industry, people who had worked with him, revealed that the two shared intimate moments and an undeniable closeness. Despite this, Grant remained silent and maintained the image of a family man, an ideal husband figure in the public's eyes. During this time, he continued to appear in romantic films, where his characters were often paired with famous actresses like Grace Kelly and Ingrid Bergman. As stories about Grant's personal life continued to circulate, he faced the difficult choice between protecting his public image or living authentically. Maintaining an image of a happy family man was essential for his career at that time. However, this also created a mental burden for Grant. In later interviews, he acknowledged that being a Hollywood star was not just about acting, but also a series of tough decisions, including dealing with the pressure to maintain an untouchable image. Although he never admitted to being gay or bisexual, Grant's career continued to thrive. He had romantic relationships with many famous actresses, and through his marriages, he proved his appeal and status in the Hollywood world. However, throughout his career, he remained a man entangled in stories about sexuality and rumors that could never be verified. Grant passed away in 1986, leaving behind a significant legacy of classic films and a life full of untold stories. While he always tried to protect his private secrets, the curiosity about his sexuality lives on, and those secrets may never be revealed. Joan Crawford, Kuok Joy Puk, Tap, Kua Mot Bio Tuong Hollywood. Joan Crawford, Mot Trong Hong Sao Sang Nhat Kua Hollywood. Trong Theki Hem Moi, Jan Cho Mot Kuok Joy Sa Hoan Hong Kong De Dang. She was born into a poor family, with a mother working as a prostitute and a troubled past. Joan's stepfather was reportedly abusive, even attempting to rape her when she was young, forcing her to confront a traumatic childhood. However, from a very young age, she found ways to escape her circumstances, initially working as a dancer with a traveling theater company. Crawford was rumored to have used her romantic relationships to further her career. She became well known for her colorful sex life, not only with male stars but also with famous women in Hollywood. Her relationships with Hollywood moguls were said to have helped her advance in her career and land roles in major films. However, despite her fame for beauty and talent, Joan Crawford's personal life was always shrouded in rumors and secrets, especially those surrounding her sexuality and relationships in the entertainment industry. Throughout her career, Joan Crawford had several marriages, but most of them ended in failure and disappointment. Her personal life, filled with tragedies and scandals, became an inseparable part of the public persona she created. Many believe that the ups and downs of her romantic life affected her career, shaping a complex and contradictory legend. Joan Crawford passed away in 1977, but the story of her life continues to capture the attention of the public and film scholars. Despite her illustrious career, the secrets surrounding her sexuality and romantic life remain a topic of controversy, raising many unanswered questions. The mysterious relationship of Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy. Love and sacrifice in Hollywood. Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy were one of Hollywood's most famous couples, although their relationship was shrouded in mystery and not always clear. Hepburn, one of the leading stars of Hollywood's golden era, was rumored to have openly identified as a lesbian. However, at that time, the film industry required stars to keep their romantic and sexual lives secret. Hollywood was not easily accepting of non-normative sexual orientations, especially when homosexuality was still considered illegal. The relationship between Hepburn and Tracy was believed to be a strategic arrangement by the studios to maintain the public image of both stars. Despite rumors and stories from industry insiders, the couple maintained a public relationship with notable on-screen chemistry in many films, particularly in iconic works such as Woman of the Year, 1942. The 25-year-long relationship between Hepburn and Tracy was not only a romantic affair, but also an essential part of both of their careers, solidifying their image as the perfect on-screen couple. However, both had to navigate the strict limitations of Hollywood at the time concerning their personal relationships. While Hepburn was rumored to have had relationships with many women, she continued to maintain the public image of being romantically involved with Tracy, and the media never revealed the truth about her sexual orientation. This was not only a personal sacrifice, but also a career strategy to protect their careers and reputations in a world that was not yet accepting of differences. Nevertheless, Hepburn and Tracy's relationship was a testament to mutual support and bonding between them. They were not only colleagues on screen, but also life partners, sharing the experiences and challenges of Hollywood. Although they could not publicly express their true love, their relationship lasted for 25 years and left a lasting mark on film history. This relationship also reflects a shift in how gender and love were perceived in the film industry. Both Hepburn and Tracy, though unable to live authentically at the time, were still monumental stars, displaying resilience and talent despite societal barriers. The story of Clark Gable, Hollywood star, and the gender secrets of his life. Clark Gable, one of Hollywood's most famous stars, made significant contributions to the development of American cinema. With his role in the classic film Gone with the Wind, Gable became an icon of romance and charm, capturing the hearts of millions of audiences. However, beneath the glow of fame, his personal life contained untold stories, especially concerning his sexuality, a topic that sparked considerable debate throughout his career. Gable was known as a romantic figure, the ideal man that every woman dreamed of. He married 5 times and had relationships with many famous actresses, such as Joan Crawford, with whom he maintained a nearly 3-decade-long affair. However, rumors about his sexual life did not only revolve around relationships with women, but also included speculations about his sexual orientation. In an era when homosexuality was still a sensitive issue and often condemned by society, Gable had to conceal these aspects of his identity. There are rumors suggesting that Gable may have had same-sex relationships in the past, something that appears to be hinted at by certain events and accounts from those close to him. Sources from Hollywood indicate that Gable had private meetings with male actors and industry figures, though he never publicly acknowledged this. His fame and reputation were built upon his image as a masculine, strong, and alluring man, something that made it difficult for him to publicly acknowledge any part of his true sexual orientation. Looking at Gable's life, we can see that during the golden age of Hollywood, where stars had to build perfect images to meet public expectations, issues of sexuality were a sensitive matter and almost impossible to discuss openly. While Gable was always known as a charming man with relationships with many women, his private life was kept hidden and shielded by the studios, who wanted to protect the star's reputation in an industry filled with temptations and scandals. In particular, Hollywood contracts at the time restricted the public revelation of sexual orientations that did not conform to societal norms. Clark Gable's career spanned nearly 4 decades, during which he appeared in over 60 films. His performances left a lasting impact on audiences, especially his role as Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind, which earned him eternal fame. However, despite being a famous film star, he could not escape the pressures of maintaining a public image and keeping private aspects, especially regarding his sexuality, concealed. The life and career of Clark Gable reflect an era when the careers and images of Hollywood stars were carefully crafted and strictly controlled. With the speculations and rumors about his sexuality, Gable may have lived in a constant struggle between the desire to maintain his career and the yearning for freedom to express himself. Nevertheless, he remained a legend in the hearts of his fans, a star whose allure and talent could never be overshadowed. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. Your support and interest are the greatest motivations for us to continue bringing captivating and valuable stories. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell to never miss any new content from us. We look forward to having you join us on future journeys.